Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Hot Seat Interview. I am, of course, your host, Leo Brady, film critic for AMovieGuy.com. And I am here today with two absolute badass people, two people who have made a movie that I think everybody should go see because it's so action-packed. It's so awesome to watch. I'm here with the star of the film, Matilda Lutz, and the director,
Hi.
MJ Bassett. Thank you both for being
Hi,
here today.
very welcome, Leo. Nice to be here.
Yeah, this is great. So, the first question we always ask on this show is what is the movie for both of you that made you say, I want to become an actor or I want to become a director?
Oh, it's easy for me. Alien.
Oh my God.
That's it. Oh,
Uh,
hey, face hugger. There we
Yes,
go.
I did
Right.
that too. Amazing.
Yeah, I was obsessed with Alien as a kid. I didn't see it for years, but I collected everything about it. Um, Alien was the first movie that existed that I understood had been directed by somebody.
Yeah.
Prior to that, Star Wars and all those other things, like they just existed, right? But Alien, I went, oh, somebody designed the creature, somebody chose the shots. There were actors acting. It was the first time I recognized a movie could be a thing.
Yeah.
And to this day, I'm obsessed with Alien, and it breaks my heart that I didn't get to direct any of Alien Earth. But
Yeah.
that's my movie. That was what got me going.
Amazing. Matilda, how about you?
uh, well, I will start with the first movie I watched in a movie theater that was pretty traumatic, which is Titanic.
Oh my God.
I
That
was
was your
6 years
first
old.
movie? That was your
I was
first
six
movie.
years old, and my mom brought me to watch Titanic.
Oh, you were
So,
so
like,
young.
trauma
Oh
for
God,
life.
you were so young. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Okay.
I'm impressed if you made it through the whole runtime. I'm sure your mom had to take
Yeah.
you to get snacks.
I'm
That's
impressed.
true.
I have a 6 year old now,
Yeah.
and he's very sensitive. And when he doesn't want to watch a film in the theater, like, and it's usually cartoons, he's like, I'm out. Let's go. So no, that was the film. But I mean, I didn't really grew up with like watching films a lot,
Yeah.
and I feel like I'm discovering more and more. And each director I learn about now, and each new film, like cult films that I get to watch today, is like something that like brings me like to want to do this more and more.
Yeah, well, and both of your picks are awesome because like scale wise, and the movies that the two of you have made are at least thrilling, big movies, big casts, like large
Hmm.
set pieces. I think that sort of gives you a window into both of you, the work that both of you
But
have.
I would also say, Leo, that for my pick, sorry to hijack the interview,
No, it's okay.
but the thing about Alien is an incredibly intimate movie, right? The
Yeah,
characters are real and grounded, and they
yeah,
behave in a way that I believe these human beings would do,
yeah,
right? And even though I think Aliens is a work of genius, for me it's Alien, and the
yeah,
fact that Ripley takes over. So it's a female-driven kind of character. But the
yeah.
truth of the matter is that the script was written for all the characters to be interchangeable from a gender point of view.
Right.
So it's kind of these amazing things going on. My backdrop's falling down. But that was incredibly important to
Yeah.
me, and that's what I carry through, kind of the reality of the whole thing.
Yeah. I love that too. Again, my cat's name is Ellen Ripley. I've got multiple alien
Why
tattoos.
is your cat not called Jonesy?
No, it's not an orange cat. It's a
Oh, fair play, fair
gray
play.
cat, and she's my final girl. Um,
I love it.
so Matilda, I'll start with you though. So, many of us have seen your work before Red Sonja, and you've been in quite a bit of like badass movies. Your breakthrough film, Revenge. I mean, it is the probably one of the most memorable films of that year. And you worked with Coralie Fargeat on it. Was that a film that prepared you physically for Red Sonja?
I mean, yes, definitely. It was, like the physical side of it and being in the cold and the heat, because like Red Sonja, I was in a bikini shooting the film in Morocco
Yes.
in the desert. So like definitely the climate part of it, yes. I've I grew up with sports and I've done sports all my life. So like the physical side of it I've always had, I feel. I have three brothers, so we were like, battling and fighting all the time, and that was prep as well.
Yeah.
Um, but Red Sonja was a completely different thing because Revenge was obviously about like, the physicality of it and carrying guns, but there's
Right.
no real choreography. Uh, and Red Sonja was a lot more about like important and difficult and long sequences of choreography, like sword fighting,
Yeah.
um, and the horseback riding, which I'd never done properly, and archery and climbing. So it was like really just like the training was, very hard and challenging, but also a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. When it shows up on the screen too. MJ, for you, your film Solomon Kane feels right in this sort of a little bit in this avenue.
Totally.
It feels like you're a perfect fit to make this film, but did you always have making Red Sonja as an idea or something that you wanted to do? Because like the original, I remember it and it had such like legendary action stars and it felt ripe to be a movie to be done again.
Yeah, and I think they've been trying to, I mean, they've been trying to remake it for like 17 years, I think.
Right.
But yeah, because after Solomon Kane, obviously Solomon Kane is a Robert E. Howard character. If you're a pulp fantasy fan, Robert Howard is the kind of icon,
Yeah.
created Conan
Yep.
and Sonya back in 1935. So
Yeah.
I'd been tracking that, and obviously I knew the original, and I know Arnold a little bit, and I met Bridget off the back of this.
Yeah.
Amazing people, but the movie was never my version of Sonya
Yeah.
that I had in my head. So chasing this for not chasing it for 17 years, but chasing it since Solomon Kane,
Yeah.
and that's a very dark kind of fantasy, a redemptive fantasy story.
Right.
Sonya's not that dark at all, but they definitely are companion pieces. In fact, I'm doing a screening at a cinema near here where I'm doing Solomon Kane and Red Sonja back to back
Oh, awesome.
because they belong in the same world.
Yeah.
But I think just in terms of my personal evolution, Kane represented me as a much more unhappy person
Yeah.
back in the day before I came out. And Sonia is much more me free to be a compassionate human being in the world,
Yeah.
even though I have the same capacity for violence and all the other things. So Sonia was a natural evolution for me, and I chased it very, very hard, was knocked back a lot. And I think finally I just wore the studio down. I just said, give it to me. I know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I hope people think that they were right to give me the chance.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, and two, for you, Matilda, like, did what in your preparation of the character, from the text wise, did you avoid watching Bridget Nielsen and watching the original and for you, what was sort of your thought process on taking on the character, becoming that person? Yes, there's the physical side like you talked about, but I think it's like the internal stuff that you really bring out of this character.
Yeah, so yeah, no, I didn't watch the 1985 films. In general, like I don't like to watch some things that has been done already because I don't want to mimic something that I've seen.
Yeah.
Also, it was a conversation that I had with MJ from the start where this was our version of Red Sonja and it was a complete different new thing. So like I didn't want to be influenced by something that I, had watched.
Yeah.
And in the preparation of the character, I mean, I started from the script and then I read some of the issues of the comic
Yeah.
and the imagery was helping a lot to like shape what I wanted to bring, like the power she has, the irony she has,
Yeah.
um and also like I had a lot of pressure at the beginning because I knew that it was a character that existed already and I wanted to do it justice, but I also knew that I had to like give my version of Sonia. So then like after I read some of the issues and I like the one thing that really stood out is that she was a warrior, but she was also a survivor.
Yeah.
So that was like something that I, like just like by reading some of the comics, like I just got that was like very clear in a lot of like in most comics.
Yeah.
And then I did a kind of journal where I got all the influences like music wise and imagery wise and things that I liked that really spoke to me for Red Sonja.
Yeah.
And then I let it all go. And, like I obviously with the physical preparation, I just wanted like I realized that I had to like bring my own side to Red Sonja. And I think it's the vulnerability and the heart to the character.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. Well, they're telling me I have to wrap up soon. I want to ask one more question. There's this amazing special effects scene with a cyclops where, and maybe you both can answer this, where Matilda's climbing up the back of a cyclops. I mean, MJ too, for the budget on this and making something like that come to life, that's really difficult. You know what I mean? You don't have this like major studio backing and it looks amazing. And the entire
Oh,
like,
good.
piece is so like cool, thrilling. It's the type of like fantasy science fiction I think we're craving today. So tell me
I
how the
hope so.
sequence was brought to life.
Well, I absolutely wanted a Cyclops in this movie, right? So that was my for all the budget issues, all the things that we had, and all the things I had to cut that I wanted to do. And there's like two or three really cool monster fights which didn't make the final movie because there was no
Okay.
money.
Yeah.
But I absolutely was going to die on the hill of the Cyclops. And it's partly because I grew up on Ray Harryhausen movies,
Yeah.
the old Jason and the Argonauts and Jack the Giant Killer and Valley of the Gwangi and those kinds of stop frame monster movies.
Yeah.
I wanted a Cyclops. So I designed a Cyclops and I gave it to the artist and said, this is what I think a Cyclops, this is what my Cyclops looks like. A kind of ape ram kind of creature.
Yeah.
Can we do it? The sequence was longer originally, got cut back, but it's like, this is what I'm going to do. And I ended up, and Matilda told me this, we had the stadium and I was running around with a stick of a tennis ball on the end, yelling instructions. The Cyclops is coming at you now, duck, it's reaching for you. And I had one pole with it was the arm and I was swinging the arm and the other one was the head. So when you see the Cyclops in the movie, basically I'm standing there with things on a stick chasing the actors around.
Oh my God, I love that. Matilda acting against that? What's that? That's got to be fun.
Keeping a straight face with MJ in an arena, swinging a tennis ball, a stick with a tennis ball. No, it's so much fun. And
Yeah,
and all of the actors that we got to like work with on that scene, it was like because we're not in like a lot of scenes all together. So that was just such a special moment to be able to, do a scene all together against the Cyclops or MJ. And
yeah,
then part of the scene that we did, we actually shot like the whole like jump on the back basically.
yeah.
We did in the studio with like a blue screen and it was so much fun. I mean, my hands were wasted because it was like a metal curve like and I had to jump. I had cables and I had to jump with these like daggers.
Oh
So
man,
it was a lot of fun. So
yeah.
much
Well, that's great. I mean, honestly, I enjoyed watching it. This movie is finally, fantasy and action movies that we are craving and need. I hope so many people go to see it. It's going to be playing in theaters August 13th. We hope people will go out to see it then, and then they'll be able to get it on digital release on August 29th. Matilda Lutz, MJ Bassett, thank you both for talking with me today, and congrats again on the film.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Leo.
Leah. Much
Thank you.
appreciated.
Yep. Take care.
Thanks.